Good day. We're going to chapter 29, sales, revenue, and cost. So when we talk about sales, it simply means what the business sold. Either a production business or a service, like a business that produces goods or a business that provides services. So whichever way you have sold, you sold either a good or a service. That is what sales is about. So we have sales volume. What does the sales volume mean? Sales volume simply means the numbers of output produced by the firm. That means the numbers of outputs the firm or the business has sold. So I wrote, this is the number of units sold by a business. The number, that's the counting of, oh, we sold 10,000 units of markers. That is your sales volume. The number of what you sold, that's your sales volume. In terms of counting it, one by one. Do you understand sales volume here, please? I think that one is straightforward. Just the numbers of what you sold. Then, when you talk about the value of what you sell, that is your sales revenue. So the difference between the volume and the revenue is, the volume talks about the number, the quantity sold. The revenue talks about the value of the quantity sold. Do you get the difference here, please? The sales volume is the quantity sold. The value of the quantity sold is your sales revenue. Do we get the difference now, please? No. Do we get it or not, please? Okay. There's sales volume, which talks about the number of what is being sold. Or the company produces markers, it sells markers. So how many markers have we sold today? Or we sold 100 units of markers. That's our sales volume. 100 units were sold. What is the value of the 100 units sold? That is our sales revenue. The amount made in the quantity sold, on the quantity sold, is our sales revenue. The number of what is being sold is our sales volume. Do we get it now, please? Great. So sales revenue is the price of the quantity multiplied by the quantity sold. That means the price of the product multiplied by the volume of the product. Volume is the head count, right? 1, 2, 3. That's the volume. Then the price of that product multiplied by the volume is the sales revenue. So price multiplied by volume sold is our sales revenue. Is it clear now, please? Any question about that? Good. Then we have cost. When we talk about cost is the amount of money. Cost is the amount spent by a business to ensure a product is made available for sale. Cost, the amount a business spends in ensuring that the product is made available for sale. So before you sell, you would have incurred certain costs in the cost of producing that product. So the cost is that amount you spend to ensure that the product is made available. Do we understand cost here? So it is important for a business to accurately get information about its cost. Because if not, then it might be making a loss. You have to accurately get the figures, the facts about the cost. So whatever you want to produce, you need to accurately get information about the cost. Because if your cost is not accurate, then you won't be able to know the right price to charge on the product. So if you are not charging the right price on the product, then you might be making a loss. Do you understand the point I'm making here? So for cost, it changes over time. So we have cost in the short run and in the long run. So either ways, you cannot produce a product without incurring a cost. So the cost in the short run and the cost in the long run. So what is the short run? I wrote, the short run, this is a period, or this is the time, is the same. This is a period in which there is one factor that is fixed during the course of producing or production. So in the short run, not one factor will be fixed that we cannot change in the short run. So for example, we have a business and we want to expand. We can expand and employ more workers right now. We can employ more teachers. The school can employ more teachers presently. But the school cannot increase its space within now, in the short period of time. Can the school increase its space? Can the school increase this space right now? No. Can it increase or expand the space? No. Can it? No. Because it's not possible that means in the short run, there is a factor that is fixed. The school can increase the numbers of teachers. That's not going to be difficult. It can increase the numbers of teachers. It can increase the numbers of its employees. The raw materials needed, like chairs and tables, can increase that. But the school cannot increase the class space at this present time. It might have to take a long period of time to do that. Do we understand the short term now? So the short run, there's always going to be one factor that is fixed in the short run. Do we understand the short run now? Great. Then in the long run, for the long run, all factors become variable. They are mobile, they can be changed. So the school can plan for next year to increase this space. It's possible. You just have to start planning for that. Do you understand? In the long run, the school can employ more teachers for the next academic year. The school can expand the space for the next academic year. Whatever the school needs to do for the next academic year, the school can start planning for that. Because it is in the long run. And in the long run, all factors are what? Variable. They can increase or decrease. Do we understand? So the difference between the short run and the long run is the time which, in the short run, there's always going to be one factor that is fixed. But in the long run, all factors become variable. Do we understand? Any question about that? So that takes us to fixed costs and the type of cost we have as a business. Thank you.